What's up, everybody? This is JD here at Martial Arts Limited, and the question for you guys today is, what is the best guard pass, or what has been the guard pass that's been most successful for you in your jiu-jitsu training? So recently, I got a chance to train with Professor Carlos Machado, and I asked him the exact same question, and here's what he had to say. Let's get into the video. All right, and so what would you say is the most unstoppable guard pass that you would use?
All right, so I like to work with angles and pressure, okay?
Okay.
So if I'm doing level change, I like to wiggle my head. I call the zombie, okay? And then I like the knee drop, because knee drop, I kind of lower my stance and I do knee rides, okay? So, and I can go about either way. They kind of serve different purposes, but they feed on each other, okay? So if I can go about, kind of give you the description.
Sure.
Here, can you lie down here for a second? So in regards to the zombie, especially from a close guard perspective, whenever I am straight, it's shorter range for you to reach out from a lapel and try to pummel me. When I move my head off a little bit, it gives me a little bit
Way
of
more
chance. And even if you try to use that other hand over here, you know, I can kind of move around. And I'm not too worried about the guy's grip, okay? Because I keep moving my head. If you try to drag my arm that way and I move my head this way, it kind of makes a, you know, and here as I stand up, I don't know if you notice, I keep wiggling, okay? No, look at your legs for a second here. The way I do the leg break, if I have the hands, okay, what I do, I turn as much as I can and I crunch, okay, pressure down. Now here, stay there. The second thing that I do is the knee drop. I zombie to shake the leg and see how I lower. And therefore here I knee drop with the tiptoe, okay? Now, if for some reason here the knee shields, let's say I drop here and the knee shield, I zombie back and I push my hip forward, push out of the way, and then drop the back knee again, okay? And therefore here, I do the zombie the same way. You're trying to defend. My goal is to stop your underhook. Because here, so go back one step. So I zombie my head back and forth. So if you try to underhook here, I can easily block you here and get the second hook. Okay, start over again.
Okay.
Let's change the angle if you don't mind.
Sure.
That way. So if you do get a hold of my lapel, okay, let's say, sorry. Yeah, if it's a single arm, I usually neutralize what I call an even hands, okay? I put one hand over and I pull. So and I keep my head slightly off, so if you try to pull, so you lose your power a little bit. If you happen to have a double grip, okay, it becomes somewhat of a tug of war. I'm gonna have to deadlift you if I try to get up or push away. So I like to put my forearm level with your wrist, okay, and I roll. And here, I don't try to break your grip. I try to weaken your grip.
It's definitely weak.
Okay, so I keep putting pressure down, and usually it forces the guy to try to reset the grip. And when you go, I move my head out, and then from here I start. I can single out to their arm. I keep doing the zombie, moving my head back and forth, because if I want to step, let's say that leg, I move my head away. So it's easy to step that leg. If I want to step this leg, I move my head away the other way. So that way it's easy. And then from here, as I stand up, okay, I'm gonna wiggle a little bit here. Once I get my elbow in, I tiptoe, okay? Why do I tiptoe? Just for a second here. I tiptoe because my knee goes further forward, okay? If I just keep my leg flat on the ground, it's easy for you to scoot away, and then create space to go back. When I tiptoe, if you try to scoot away, see, I follow.
Yeah, it's keeping me pinned this way too.
Okay, and then here, when you try to defend, whether you try to underhook or anything, I keep wiggling my head. And eventually I find, you see what I'm doing here? Keep your arms tight. Yeah, here, whatever you try to do, look, I wiggle my head, keep pushing. Yeah, here, look, I get the armpit there, I roll, and I block the hip.
Got it.
Okay? So, this is kind of like mechanics for me to be comfortable on the pass, so I don't succumb to have to deal with the pressure. So for a lot of students, another thing here too is you crunch your core. So you can pull me, I let you pull me here, but I feel here my dead weight, it's really, you know, I don't ever have to put my hands on the ground. I just land on you and it doesn't whiplash my neck over here. And here right now, I don't know if you notice, if I was caught in that position, I go back to that rolling of the forearm on the wrist. I lift my chest and I pull the wrist down. I don't try to break the grip, just to weaken. And then here I hold for a little bit because most likely my partner is going to try to shake it off. And whichever arm he tries to defend, to move, I move my head away. Look, I already got, I don't know if you notice, when I move my head away, if you have a grip, I can pummel my way out and most likely break that grip. Now I move my head the other way and I reset. If I want to stay low, that's fine. I still do the pendulum, the zombie. Okay, I move and I put my elbow low and then I push from a lower angle. Then I wiggle and I tiptoe. Okay, and most likely I'll be able to beat the shield. But if for some reason you got the shield, yeah, I kind of stand up, wiggle back, hold, wiggle out, boom, back in. And then here as you try to defend, I keep wiggling until I get the hand on the armpit. My hook still stays on your leg, so you cannot trap me. And then when I start rolling, I pull that leg out and get to the side control.
And you refer to this as zombie pass just because of the zombie walk, I guess, because of this?
You want to keep your head as a pendulum. Okay, and so that reminds me of,
Because zombie walking?
Yeah, the zombie walking. It makes you comfortable because if I was to just demonstrate some of the principles, and you can do this test yourself. I'm not sure if you're standing up or you're going to mess up the angle, but if you lie down here,
okay,
I'll give you a description of how the angle messes things up, okay? So I'm here, right? I'm going to stay low, and I'll give you my arm. When the head is in the center, you can go for a triangle or an arm bar.
Right.
So let's say you go for an arm bar, just nice and slow. Okay, you angle and you get your leg over. Awesome. Let's say you go for a triangle. Yeah, you get there, yes. And you wrap your legs around, okay? So if I move my head either direction, let's say you want my right arm, and I move my head to the right. If you try to do the same thing again.
Right, that's different.
Yeah, and you try to arm bar me, you're not going to be able to clamp on my back, okay? Same thing for the triangle. If you try to do the triangle and I move.
It's not there.
Okay, you see how one shoulder gets in front of the other, so I'm not on the same alignment. So in order, when I'm here, basically, I try to wiggle my head as I walk back to get the knee in. I'm not worried about the shield. If the guy gets the shield, over here, I kind of step, move, block the leg, then I move back, go back again. Keep your leg firm here for a second. So I don't try to push, no, keep your knee stiff. So over here, no, bend your leg more, yeah. So the guy has a shield, I block, look, I move out of the way. Do you see how my head moves? The leg went. Now I tiptoe the front leg, wiggle, and eventually my arm finds the armpit. I roll out, and here, no matter what grip you got, I can break your grip. And then here I control the hip.
Nice.
And I'm good to go.
Cool. Awesome, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. There you heard it from the man himself, Professor Carlos Machado, doing the zombie pass. Go ahead, put in the comments below if you agree, if you think this is probably one of the ideal passes, or maybe it's the pass that you use a lot. And if not, go ahead, like I said, put in the comments below the pass that you use the most. So there you guys have it. Made it to the end of the video. You know what I'm going to ask you guys to do? I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Hit that like button if you like this video and if you want to see more stuff like this. That way we know what to make more content of. If you like the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. It really helps us out. You know that. And then finally, last but not least, do me a favor. Hit that bell icon, a ding ding, so you know when the other videos are coming out from myself here at Martial Arts Limited, along with everybody else I get to have on my channel. Icy Mike, Gabriel Varga, Sensei Seth, Professor Carlos Machado, Professor Brad Scott, and all these other people, Sifu Ed Stahl, you name it. We're all going to be here. All right, we'll see you guys later. This is JD, and I'm out.